Hey, what is up guys, it's Rob. Hope you're doing really good out there. Firstly, I just want to apologise for my lack of videos lately. I've just had COVID and it took me about a week to two to get over it, so I just really didn't feel up to making any videos. So apologies for that, but I'm all better now, everything's all good. And in one of my last videos, I did a product review of the LEKATO WS10 wireless system, which I will link in the description below. But LEKATO have got back in touch with me and they've sent me another one of their wireless systems to check out. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And they've sent me the AirBridge. This is a 2.4 gigahertz operating band wireless system, which is a little bit different to the WS10. And it's basically the same sort of thing, but obviously this one's gonna be a little bit different in its layout and probably how it operates and that sort of thing. And the main thing that I'm noticing just looking at the box is that I can see anyway, is that this has a less than 12 milliseconds delay, as opposed to the LEKATO WS10, which has a less than 3 milliseconds delay. So that's going to be quite an interesting thing to listen out for, to see if we can actually tell any difference between the WS10 and the AirBridge, because less than 3 milliseconds delay, less than 12 milliseconds delay, which still is probably really unnoticeable to the human ear unless you really can notice that sort of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug it in and I'm just gonna do a little bit of playing, and then I'm gonna give it a little bit of a comparison with the cable like I did with the WS10, just so you can hear the difference between using the wireless system and the cable. And let's just go from there and see how it operates and how it feels, that sort of thing. Now, I will be honest, I have actually used this quite a bit this week because I've been back in my office where I am now teaching my guitar lessons. And one thing I've really enjoyed doing is giving my students the transmitter to plug in their guitars, and I've got the receiver plugged into my computer there where I get all my guitar tones from. And it's just really handy to have something like this rather than having a wire trailing all across the room, so my student can plug their guitar into my computer. And my students have really enjoyed that as well. I've just given them the little transmitter and they've gone, oh, what's this? This is really cool, plugged it in their guitar, and they've been quite excited about being able to play through an amp or through a computer, but not having a wire, because a lot of them don't have a wireless system, have probably never used one before. So that's what I've been doing a lot this week, so I know already how this sounds, but let's get it plugged in so you guys can check out how it sounds. But before we do that, let's just take a quick look at what we get in the box. So here's a closer look at the box. It just says AirBridge on the front. You've got an electric guitar, little icon there, and obviously a diagram of the transmitter or receiver. I mean, they both look exactly the same. Same sort of design anyway. And I mean, like I said in the LEKATO WS10 video as well, even though that this has got a guitar icon on the front, it does say in the instruction manual that it's basically, you can use it with any instrument that you can plug a jack like that into. So like I said in the other video, probably some sort of keyboard, but that's the idea behind it. So you don't have to just use it for a guitar, is basically what I'm saying. And you can see on the back here, it says main features. So it tells you all about the product there. It says you've got about 100 feet of range outdoors. You've got a less than 12 millisecond latency, and the operating band 2.4 gigahertz worldwide. 280 degrees rotating head, which is pretty cool because like I said, different guitars have jack inputs in different places on the actual body. So depending whether your jack input is on the side of your guitar, the front of your guitar, or you know, whether it's a Fender style or a Gibson style, it doesn't matter. Whatever you've got, you can plug this in nicely so it fits nice and snug, and you can kind of rotate it so that it's not sticking out. If you don't want it to stick out and you want it to sort of be a little bit more concealed so that it's not going to get knocked or anything like that, you can do that with this. As you can see, obviously I've got the units here. They're both plugged in and they're charging at the moment because I have used it quite a bit this past week. But in the box, I mean, there's nothing in the box at the moment because it's all being used. But the box is literally just this with the operating system owner's manual there. And basically you get transmitter, receiver, and the wire for charging in the box. That's basically it. And if I bring these a little bit closer now, you can see we've got the transmitter there, plugged in there. And I think it's already charged. Well, it's got a little red LED at the top there, which means I think this is still charging because both of these had a red LED, but the red LED has gone off on the receiver. So I assume that means the receiver is fully charged and the transmitter is still charging. But I'm going to unplug them in a minute so you can see a little bit closer how I actually pair them, etc. And the USB is one wire which just plugs into the computer with two little ends which plugs into both. So you can charge both at the same time, rather than just having one little wire connector there, so you can charge one and then the other. You can charge literally both at the same time, which I think is pretty cool. So now they're unplugged, transmitter and receiver, and the design of both of these is pretty much exactly the same. Hopefully the camera is focused on this. I can't quite tell at the moment, but basically you get a little button on the side which says pair on both of them. So that's obviously how you pair them together, and then you get an on-off switch there, which is a little slidey button. So if I just turn the transmitter on, just slide this up, you can now see that that is switched on, and the flashing green light there means that it is not paired, because obviously there's nothing to pair it to. So if I switch the receiver on as well, now we get a green light on that. The static green light that you can see there means that they are paired. So I didn't have to do anything then to pair these together, because I've already paired them when I've been using them this week. But to pair them is nice and simple. All you do is press and hold the pair button, which will make this light flash a little bit faster. And then you press and hold the pair button on the opposite one as well, and eventually it will stop flashing and you'll get a static green light like this, which means that they are paired. So that's basically it. Let's get it plugged in. I'm going to shut up now for a bit and just do a little bit of playing and show you how it sounds. you go guys, there is the LEKATO Airbridge. This is a 2.4 gigahertz operating band wireless system, and I think it sounds absolutely fine. I think it sounds great, really easy to use, and I can't really notice any tonal differences or anything like that that really stand out anyway. The 12 or less than 12 milliseconds delay really isn't noticeable to my ears when I'm playing. And like I said, I've had students use this quite a lot this week in my guitar lessons, and nobody has said anything in terms of how it sounds, like as if to say it sounds bad or it sounds different, or they've not had anything to say about the delay, the milliseconds or anything like that. Nobody has noticed, I've not noticed. I think this is really, really cool. And I'm not entirely sure how much it retails for, but I will put it up on the screen now. But it's really inexpensive. If you just want a simple guitar wireless system and you don't want to spend hundreds of pounds or dollars on the top brands like, I don't know, Shure or Sennheiser or something like that, then something like this would be absolutely great. I mean, it says also that it's got around about an up to 100 feet range. I can't really imagine a situation in my life anyway where I'm going to be playing and I'm going to be 100 feet or more than 100 feet away from the amp that I'm playing through. 9 times out of 10 when I'm playing a gig, I'm literally stood right by my amp or the PA or whatever I'm plugged into. I'm pretty much right next to it. So I'm not really going to need to go more than 100 meters away or 100 feet away from the thing, so that's absolutely no issue for me, and it probably won't be for you as well. So I just want to say thank you one more time to LEKATO for sending me the Airbridge. I've really enjoyed testing it, really enjoyed using it this past week, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of me showing you how it works. So that's it from me this week, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next video.